Hi guys, this is the section on the MACHINA speakers that I managed to delete out of yesterday's video talking about the best speakers under £10,000. I managed to delete it in the editing process. Sorry about that. Stay tuned till the end of the video where I have a little Easter egg for you about the story behind these MACHINAs. Now this isn't my final reveal video. That is still coming after my second part of the interview with the present day production guys. But if you do want a clue about which speakers I did buy, check out the Working Audio Tools podcast, the new channel with Paul Third, where we're doing videos as well. Let's get into the MACHINA segment. Next up were the MACHINA Pulsars. Thank you to Dale at SX Pro for sending these. Now, Dale said to me, why don't you try these and never have to consider buying a speaker again? And I don't think he was wrong. These are probably the best speaker under £10,000. Everything about them is utterly flawless. From about 40 hertz all the way up the frequency response, way past what I can hear. They are very flat. I took these out of the box, put them on the desk, and it was as if I'd put headphones on. They were not influenced by the sound of the room at all compared to any other speakers I AB'd them with, which is something remarkable in itself. But the one thing that really stood out for me with these speakers, and again, it took me to mix on these before I really realized this, was just how sensitive they were to 1 decibel changes in volume. I was changing things in the mix and 1 or 2 decibels was, whoa, okay. It was really obvious to me. The speakers made it really easy to make level balancing decisions accurately that translated to other speakers. This is a really important factor. Stereo imaging, again, great. Accuracy, great. Depth of sound, again, very good. But there was something that I couldn't quite put my finger on regarding the depth of sound. The PSIs have the most natural and organic depth of sound. They were the most natural sounding speakers straight from the get-go and really impressed me for that. The MACHINAs have the depth of sound, but it's almost as if they're using some kind of DSP trickery to create the separation between frequency bands and to create the separation between the instruments. It's very hard to put into words, but that's the only way I can describe it. If you've heard them, you'll know what I mean. The separation is almost, I don't want to say synthetic or fake, but it's almost like things have had their own reverb added to them and they've been placed forward and backwards in a mix digitally compared to the PSIs that do it very naturally. It's something I couldn't quite put my finger on. However, again, DSP versus analog, I'm not sure, and I'm a fan of analog. So these were in my top 3. Let's put it that way. All right, so the MACHINAs are genuinely, in my opinion, I actually think the best speakers below £10,000. But the story behind the MACHINAs for me is that I didn't think I could get hold of the MACHINAs. SX Pro had told me they couldn't get hold of a set for a couple of months, so I plowed on and went and did the comparisons, listened to the rest of the speakers in yesterday's video, and I purchased a set of speakers, and then Dale messaged me saying, oh, I've got the MACHINAs, I'll send them out to you. And he sent them out, and I put them on the desk, and I AB'd the 2 speakers, and yeah, the MACHINAs really are as good as I've just said in that segment. And I really questioned whether I'd made the right decision. However, it still came down to a matter of analog versus DSP speakers. Now, with the MACHINAs, you cannot hear the conversion. The conversion is so good, it's not really a factor. At least I can't hear it. On other speakers with DSP, I can hear the layer of conversion. I think. You guys may have other opinions, but for me, there's always been a difference between analog and DSP-based speakers on this search, but you just can't hear it on the MACHINAs. They really are incredible speakers, and like I said, they did not seem to be influenced by the sound of my room. They just sounded like I'd put headphones on that were speakers. They were incredibly easy to mix accurately on. Sorry for not putting this section in yesterday's video. Thanks for watching. If you've got this far, check out the Working Audio Tools podcast with Paul Third, where we interview industry professionals and constructively critique each other's mixes. I've been Ed Thorne. It's been emotional. See you on the next one.